Yo, good evening there, party people. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you. Another transfer roundup of the days and evenings goings on at Manchester United. We're going to get into it in this video, so do strap yourselves in. Smash a like on the video at the start of the stream. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and get in the chat with the legends such as Sheik Al Goblin and CZ Bam, Alex, Jeffers, Tad Bakes, Patricia O'Driscoll, Cockney Red, Naz786, Rush Marno, and everybody else. Drop a thumbs up on the stream, give it a share around on social media, and subscribe. Nice one. We're going to cover all the latest goings on. We obviously did a video this afternoon with the latest updates of the day, and now we're going to talk about the latest updates of the evening. That's sort of what we do around here, folks. So do get involved in the chat as you go along. Hey there, Retro, Roshi, King Kenny, Batman, TikTok Camfu, Disco Dave. Oh, no problemo at all, man. Yeah, you got to get that paper, my son. No problemo. Hope you're good, though, Disco Dave. Liam, Miz, TikTok, United Forever, Nosy Bonk, Pal Marius, Kieran, some of the channel member legends there as well. Welcome in the stream, everybody. So, you know, I'd love to come on here and say, oh, yeah, it's a done deal and it's all being pushed through and it's done. I mean, it isn't, but there are a lot of, you know, in regards to Frankie de Jong. Let's talk about Frankie at the start of the show. Obviously, that's what the main transfer news is at the moment. That's what the main sort of, you know, player we're working on and that Ten Hag wants to bring in is. It's Frankie de Jong. So we need to get this one done and dusted, really, before we can properly move on and sign a bunch of other different players. That seems to be the plan anyway, because otherwise we'd have already done that. But I guess they sort of want to get this deal wrapped up so they can then allocate the rest of the budget to different positions in the team. But very slow business from United. I mean, this is absolutely gastastic so far, this window, my friends. I'm getting sick and tired of discussing it. We're looking for, hopefully, a news soon that Frankie de Jong and Barcelona and Man United have reached an agreement for Frankie de Jong, but it's slow coming, guys. It's very, very slow. But look, we've got a bit of progress anyway. Different reports coming out. So the Athletic reporting that Man United are now progressing on Frankie de Jong and it's getting closer, albeit not imminent. So this is this evening, folks. You know, bit more progress behind the scenes taking place there, reported by the Athletic anyway, and also just various outlets. The Telegraph reported 4 hours ago that United are close to a £69 million Frankie de Jong deal after a breakthrough in Barcelona talks. Obviously, they're a little bit slow behind the news because we were talking about it yesterday. But either way, they have reported that, you know, there is that sort of offer there that is that is this sort of figure that we're discussing. I mean, obviously, we had a previous update as well that negotiations are close and they've advanced in a positive way. So there's still that sort of rumor going around that it's an €80 million fee. In fact, Romero over in Spain, one of the sources close to the deal, says that it is an €80 million figure. So, you know, there's reports coming out. You know, Manchester United are on the verge of agreeing a £69 million deal with Frankie de Jong. This is pretty much what's going on right now. It's just slow progress taking place. It does look like this Frankie de Jong deal is going to get done pretty soon. That's what it looks like. I mean, things can always fall down with deals. We haven't got a proper confirmation that there's any sort of an agreement in place between Barcelona and Manchester United. And anybody that says that there is, well, they're just a bullshitter, to be honest with you guys, because there isn't an agreement in place right now. It's definitely being worked on. There might be some sort of you know, verbal sort of situation going on there, but there is as of yet no official confirmation that there is a bid accepted from Barcelona for Manchester United. So nothing is imminent, but it is being worked on, and Man United are expected to sort of have that bid accepted should we table a £69 million bid. Or in that region, and you know, we're hopeful that will be the case. I mean, we've got Fabrizio Romano came out a few hours ago as well, and just gave a little bit of an update there as well, and he said more along the lines of, you know, that it's more of a €65 million fee. So that's the sort of figure that's being bandied around by Fab. 69 million from other sources, 65 from Fab. Actually, sorry, 60. No, 65, sorry. This is what his tweet said. It said, in regards to the Frankie de Jong deal, United are always in direct contact with Barca. The verbal proposal now discussed between clubs is around €65 million guaranteed fee after €60 million plus add-ons opening bid rejected. There are still no changes on player and agent side. That's classic Man United, that, isn't it? Go in with a bid for €60 million plus 10, and then have it rejected, just go in with squeeze another 5 million euros on. What a bunch of tight bastards. Let's just take it a second to say hashtag Glazers out, hashtag recruitment team out, because they are seriously slow at what they're doing here. There's so many different teams strengthening, and we haven't got anybody in yet. And it's all just to save a couple of million euros here and there, isn't it? It really does piss me off. But anyway, so he's reporting that 65 million euros is the figure. Lots of different places suggested that we could be paying a little bit more than that, 69 million euros. It sounds about right. Sounds about right for what the sort of player that he is. 69 says Darryl, let's get those hashtag 69s in the live chat, everybody. Please do, for Mr. Frankie de Jong, hopefully coming to Manchester United very soon. In fact, let me just get that tweet up on screen there, folks, because you haven't seen it, but here it is. Look at this. So this is from Fabrizio. There it is. I didn't have it ready, but there you go. So he said, Frankie de Jong deal. Manchester United are always in direct contact with Barcelona. The verbal proposal now discussed between clubs is around 65 million euros guaranteed fee after 60 million euros plus add-ons open bid rejected. Right. So, okay. So that doesn't really tell a story about what the add-ons are. So we may well be increasing the offer in different ways also. So 65 million euros is the initial offer from what it seems to be that Fab's suggesting, and then there'll probably be some add-ons and things like that as well to take it up to around about the 70 or the 69 million euro figure, or pound figure, I should say. There'll be some add-ons. Yeah, 68 on OU1. How you doing there, Huggy? Glazers out, says Marty. 69, says Patricia. Hey, Eddie's Football Waffle, what's going on, my friend? He says, keep banging the like. Oh, thank you, Eddie. And Rushy says we've got 70 likes already. Nut was the 69th thumbs up. Great way to end the weekend. Nice one, bro. Hope you're good. Guys, do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can blitz the 100. And just thank you, everyone, for getting in here, Special one, thanks for your comment. He says, United are stalling to save a few weeks of paying de Jong's wages. Could you imagine? I imagine they want to get this guy in here as soon as possible, though, to shift the new shirts, mate, as soon as they're available. So I would expect them to be announcing some things pretty soon, just so they can shift a whole bunch of de Jong shirts. That's my opinion. But look, okay, so by all accounts, there's no more concrete progress with Man United and Barca here. There is no official confirmation of a bid. There is no official agreement. There is none of that. But what there is a growing sense that Man United are progressing with this de Jong deal, and that there is an offer of around about £69 million, all told, which will be tabled very, very soon, or maybe already even has been tabled. But it's just a case of reaching that agreement with Barca and negotiations taking place. And then, of course, they've got to get Frankie in. They've got to get the medicals done. And all of that stuff shouldn't be a problem, but it should take a few days. We're hoping this guy could be in by the 1st of July, as long as Man United can actually get this agreement in place. Oh, Kyle W, mate. Get in there, my friend. We got a double member. Da-da-da. Kyle W, guys, thank you. Everyone take a moment to welcome in Kyle W to the Bacon Brigade. He has become a member over here on the main channel. He became a member over on my other channel earlier, mate. What a legend. Guys, can we please get a massive Bacon Brigade emoji in the live chat there for Kyle? Thank you very much for double supporting the channel, mate. What an absolute legend. Appreciate that one, bud. Welcome aboard this stream tonight as well. Appreciate that, my friend. Snipes, what's going on, buddy? Says, feel bad for Pogba. He's magic, but didn't come at Manchester United. Magic? Maybe so, in the sense that he's like Harry Houdini, pal, and that he goes fucking missing, he disappears, he plays like he's in a fucking straitjacket. Maybe he's magic in that sense, bro, in a Harry Houdini sense, but other than that, pal, no. Maybe if he's sort of saying, like, he plays like he's fucking got the shackles on, like he's playing like he's underwater, locked in a fucking box, wearing a fucking straitjacket, and he's got up against the timer and there's pressure on, and he plays like he can't fucking play, then yeah, he does play like a magician, lad. You're right about that. Harry Houdini trapped in a fucking underwater box, locked up with a straitjacket on. That is what he is. Right, anyway, so that's my opinion on it. That's what I think. So yes. So Romero's saying that the offer for de Jong from United is actually almost around 80 million euros plus variables. Fab is saying 65 initially, and so therefore doesn't take a genius to work out that there is around about a 14 or 15 million euro add-ons that's being talked about here anyway. I don't know if that's the case. We have to find out a little bit more, but that is what is being discussed. Oh, CZ Bam, get in there, my son, another member of the channel. Let's go. Dude, thank you so much for supporting this show as well. Wow, the community just gets stronger and stronger around here. Shout out to another Bacon Brigadier. The Hamada continues to grow. The Sausage Soldiers grow stronger. Thank you to all the legends in this channel who support this channel, and such as this new legend, CZ Bam, who has become a member of the channel. Thank you so much for supporting the show. All the channel members, do what you do and smash in your favorite emoji, maybe the Phil Jones one. For CZ Bam, thank you so much to CZ Bam, and thank you also very much indeed to Kyle W as well. Legends. Right, where was I? So we're progressing with the Jong deal. We're close to finalising a deal by all accounts with Barcelona. Talks have gone well over the weekend between the two clubs, and it's understood that it's almost agreed. That is the general consensus, is that it's almost agreed, guys. Who thinks we'll get this guy signed up before the end of July? Before the end of June, sorry. Before the end of June, so the next 5 days. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think we will get De Jong announced and signed. Not necessarily through the door, but announced and signed before the end of June. Smash a 1. If you don't think that's the case and it will take longer than that, smash a 2. I'm probably in the 2 camp, by the way. I probably think that he's probably going to take... He'll probably come in within the first week of July, I think. 50-50 says Pogo. Connor, I think it's maybe a little bit more than 50-50, but yeah, I wouldn't be confident to say it was like very, very definite we're getting this guy. Connor says 2, Johnny says 2, CC Bam says 1, Alec Williams, what's going on, Alex, says 1. Does De Jong want to come though, says Football Mad. I think so, but I mean, we can't get inside the head of De Jong, you know. This isn't like being Frankie De Jong, you know, that John Malkovich movie or whatever. We can get in his head and find out. But you know what? It does seem like it, because otherwise, why would Manchester United have had these conversations for fucking weeks now with Barcelona to try and get a deal agreed for this guy if De Jong doesn't even want to come? Ten Hag knows this guy. There would have been a phone call or a conversation had there that indicates that, yes, if Barca push me off the fucking plank, then I'm hoping to be saved by you, Mr. Eric. That's pretty much what would have happened at some point. So very much think that he would be keen to come, because otherwise we wouldn't even be at this stage negotiating with them. I honestly think that. Yagam Bartra, what's going on, Bo? He says, hey, Piggy, who will be our captain for the upcoming season? Hopefully it's not Harry. Oh, man, well, if it's anybody other than Cristiano Ronaldo or De Gea, really, then it's the wrong decision. Unless it's going to be one of the new guys, if Ten Hag really knows and likes them for their captaincy, I guess. But you know, I don't really like that. I think you've got to have it based on time at the club as well. Ronaldo's the one, is he? He's the correct answer, because he's got the highest standards. He's the most professional. He's the best player. He's actually not a complete melt. If he sticks with Slabby Maguire at the start of the window, then Ten Hag has definitely brought some of those Amsterdam trees over with him, you know what I'm saying? Because he'll be off his tits to choosing Harry Maguire as his captain. There's no other word for it. He's got to drop him. He's got to show that strength and that decision-making right at the start of his manager career here at United, and drop Slabby Maguire to the bench. He's an absolute disgrace and a nonsense. And Roy Keane would be throwing punches at Harry Maguire if he was on his team. He wouldn't let him on the coach. I honestly think it's time that we just dropped him to the bench, tried to get another centre-back to partner Varane, and then if nobody wants to buy Harry, fine, he can come in and do a spit-part squad role for us. But I don't see him being much better than that for us. I think we've got to set a higher standard at United, and he is not it. Johnny says, even De Jong seems reluctant to join us. Well, I don't think he would want to come if it wasn't for the fact that Ten Hag was here. That's how I feel about it. Because, of course, we don't have Champions League football. We are a huge club. But right now, it's not a great position or a great place for us. Whereas, you know, for a team like Barcelona, where he's at the moment, they've got the Champions League football. They're challenging for the La Ligas all the time. It's his dream club. He wants to stay there. So I don't think he would even be anywhere near coming to Man United if we didn't have Ten Hag. He's got a little bit of a pull for somebody like Frankie de Jong, who's worked with him and has that history with him. Yeah, Mercato, great players don't make great captains. Fair play. Well, okay, well, what are you suggesting? Harry Maguire, a shit player, makes a good captain? Because he doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Ronaldo, though, would be a good captain. Think about for Portugal, what a leader he is. I mean, maybe a different player in midfield would be a good option, or, you know, or De Gea. De Gea actually deserves a captaincy. Let's ask the live chat then, folks. Go on then. Who's your Man United captain for the season under Erik ten Hag? Who do you think deserves it the most? Maybe you give it to De Jong. Where's Ericsson gone, says Cockney Red. Well, the decision hasn't come in yet, mate. Maybe we'll hear something about it tonight. Who knows? Probably not. But the decision hasn't come out yet about Ericsson yet. But we'll cover that a little bit later. Snipe says, yeah, true. Ronaldo, says Johnny. Yeah, Phil Jones, says Jeffers. Ronaldo, says Malps and Kieran and Johnny M. And Nas CR7 says Jono Denton and Snipes and Amit Kumar and Batman and Javid Hossein. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's pretty obvious for most of us as well. I do prefer an outfield player being the captain. You look at who sort of sets the standard as a professional and as in their actual quality of play. Because it's one thing to have the right attitude, but then if that was the case, we might just give the captaincy to bloody Scott McTominay or Fred. If it's just about attitude, it's not just about attitude. You've got to have the attitude, and you've also got to have the quality. You've got to have the consistency. You've got to have the standard. And that's why somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo makes sense, because he has all of that. Whereas some of those players, they might have the heart, but they don't have the quality, or vice versa. They might have the quality, but they don't have the heart. Ronaldo's definitely got both of them. That's why he would be a great candidate for captain, and it just is a no-brainer for me. Ray UK says Fred for captain for me. Fred for captain for you. Hey, well, look, you could do worse in terms of effort levels and industriousness than Fred. He's definitely a hard-working person, hard-working player, and I admire him for that, you know. Right, okay, so let's just talk about this for a moment, guys. Andreas Pereira. So we will get into De Jong again, but I'm just sick and tired of talking about it at the moment. We will talk a little bit more about it in a bit, though, if you want. But Andreas Pereira, there is a bid that's come in, guys. Look at this. So earlier on today, Fulham have already submitted an official proposal for Andreas Pereira. 10 million euros guaranteed plus add-ons. Ka-ching! Plus a long-term deal ready for Andreas. Man United are prepared to accept. I would have thought so for 10 mil for a shitty player like Andreas Pereira, to be honest. But still waiting for players to make his final decision next week. Oh, no. Come on, Andreas, go. Now, I think it will go, to be fair. It's a good move for him in actuality. It's probably about the right sort of standard here, you know. And it will be a good season for them. Obviously, they got the Prem vibes. It'll be good. It'll be good. Andreas Pereira, 10 million euros. We don't need this guy anymore. Look, no disrespect to him, but he is not United standard. And obviously, we've got to the point where we need to improve in all the different areas, get that squad depth, get that squad quality. He's not going to improve us even as a backup. But let's just ask the live chat anyway, just for fun. If you could keep or sell Andreas Pereira, what do you think is the best thing to do? Keep him or sell him? What do you think is the best thing to do, guys? Keep or sell? I mean, I'm just asking for the fun of it, really. It's a rhetorical question because really we all know the answer to that is sell him because he doesn't get any opportunities to play and he won't get opportunities to play and he's no spring chicken and he's not progressed and he's not great. He might be a nice guy. He might have tried. But we know that he's not a quality player. We know that he's probably a championship standard player. And that's the reality. But he's a decent sort of a player. Sell, says Vincent Bullock. Defo keeps, says Tad Bakes. Sell, says Javid Hussein. Sell the Gimp, says United Till I Die. Shubham Sandy says sell. Scaldy says sell him, get him gone, lad. Yeah, I'm with you guys, to be fair. Bernard Red says sell. And Patricia. Cockney Red says sell or donate. Take him down, Oxfam. Definitely Rushman. I'm with you. Andreas Pereira's just having enough chances at this football club. He was played quite a lot under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, actually, wasn't? I don't know why, but he did get some opportunities here and there, and he played quite a lot of games, and it's quite a remarkable amount of games this guy's actually played for Manchester United when you look at his career, because he has been absolutely gas-tastic for most of it, but yet he still actually has had quite a few games for Man United. I was looking at this the other day, and if you look at all the appearances that he's ever had, you know, for Man United, it's actually quite a lot, guys. So he's played 75 games for Man United in the first team. Now, that is more than I would have thought. If you'd have told me to guess, like, how many games Andreas Pereira's played for United, I'd said, like, 15 or 20 or 25, even in all competitions, because, like, he just doesn't really... He never had any sort of impact whatsoever. You know, never really had any sort of an impact whatsoever. But 75 appearances for Manchester United, 4 goals, 5 assists... You know, good luck to him. Good luck to Andreas Pereira. I really hope he finds his feet there at Fulham. He's still got plenty of life left in him. He's 26 years of age, so he's still a young man. He's not the sort of age player, though, that you can expect him to kick on and progress and, he's going to turn a corner and he's 22 and he can still go on and do great things. I think he's sort of found his level. He's the sort of player who's just not quite good enough to be part of the Brazil setup. He's never going to be playing at World Cups. He's never going to be doing any of that business. He's just not an international standard player for them. they're one of the best international teams. He's not getting anywhere near it. You know what I mean? I think he has been capped for them once, but he's definitely not a player that is in consideration for there. So that tells you everything, really. He's not quite the standard player that United need. 10 million euros is a nice figure as well to get for him, to put that towards somebody else, as long as we actually do that. Because he's worth not very much money at all to me. Pay Fulham 7 to take Jones, says Jonathan. Cheeky little double deal. You buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. Exactly. Right, so that is an interesting bit of piece of news that's come out, guys, today anyway, is that we are, looking like we're going to sell Andreas Pereira. Fulham have made a 10, or some reports say £11 million bid. Euro bid. Is it pounds or euros? Let me double check. It is euros. It's euros. So 6 or 7 or 8 million quid all told for this guy. Fulham interested in signing the midfielder. They've made an offer, and it's understood that United probably would accept the offer. So his background is he's been on loan at Flamengo, and they're perhaps looking at making the stay permanent, weren't they, at one point? And then it came out like, they probably weren't going to be keeping this guy. It's not really that realistic, but there are some suggestions to say that he might well go to a different club if there was an offer that came in also. It does depend. So, but at the moment, we know that there's been a proper offer from Fulham. We know that it's likely to be accepted because it's a decent amount of money for a player that is literally more or less worthless to us. No disrespect, but he is sort of more or less worthless to our team at the moment. So you might as well do it. You might as well get him in, get him gone, I should say, and get the 10 million euros. Makes perfect sense, guys. Happy days. See you later on, son. This is what we need more of. Getting rid of all this rubbish, gash-tastic sort of hangers-on, Klingons at the club. We need to just get them all gone, guys. There's quite a few. Let's just go for a list of dossers at this football club very quickly, because there's a whole bunch of big, hairy dossers who are at this football club, okay? So how's about Eric Bailly? Big dosser he is, isn't he? How's about, Slabby Maguire? He's the definition of dosser, this guy. Phil Jones. Don't even know what to say about Phil Jones, guys, to be fair. What a career is this? Get him gone. What's the point of having him around? It's ridiculous. Victor Lindelof. See you later on, son. Let's flat pack him off to IKEA. Do you know what I mean? See you later on. I've had enough. Luke Shaw. Man, oh man, he's 1.5 Frey Bentos pies away from entering a Mr. Lovely Thighs competition, this guy. He's fucking unprofessional, my friends. Alex Tellez. My goodness me, can't defend anything. He couldn't stop kids passing a fucking school children crosswalk outside the school with a lollipop in his hand, mate, this guy. He's not defensively very fast enough. The spider Wan-Bissaka is like a spider with 4 legs. He's only good enough defensively, not great going forward. And then, who else is there, folks? Scott McTominay? Fucking hell. I'd trade him off to Celtic or Aberdeen or fucking Arbroath, or anybody who'd have him for a cheeky little packet of shortbread. That's right, I like shortbread. I would take a nice year's supply of shortbread for him. 6 months supply of shortbread for Scott McTominay. We've also got people like Rashford needs to step up, mate. He's been an ultimate dosser this season for us. So I'm sorry to say, but it is time that a lot of these guys just sacked off. I would like to see a lot of these players gone. There's a lot of hanger-oners who've been moved off. One credit for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that while he was here, he got rid of a lot of shit players. But he also brought in a couple of shit players. And we still got more shit players to get rid of now to actually make this Man United side proper again. So it's very frustrating, folks, where we're at, but that's the reality. We've got about 6 or 7 players who probably should be sold in the summer. That's one annoying thing about this summer window so far as well. Yeah, this is great news because he is just a hanger-on, Andreas Pereira, these days. But we haven't seen enough of it. Okay, Dean Henderson's gone out on loan, right? But we haven't seen enough of Man United getting rid of some of the shite. I would have thought that we'd have already had some offers for players like Bailly or Jones, or just some real cheeky little small offers for these guys and be able to do some sort of deals. We have got rid of a few players on a free transfer this summer. We know that. So 6 players have gone out. We have got rid of some of the shite in that sense. But there's still plenty of work to do and get rid of some of these players and offer them to clubs and get them out the door. We're actually just as bad at getting rid of players as we are at recruiting players. Like, what is it that these people do in this recruitment team, etc.? What do they actually do? Because surely we can get rid of some of these players. Surely there's a team in Italy that wants a cheeky little bit of Eric Bailly. You know, surely there's somebody who wants Diogo Dallo for a cheeky little 20 mil. You know, there's got to be some business being done on the outgoings as well. It's all well and good bringing players in, but we got to get rid of some of the shite as well. And there's some players who are just going to infect the dressing room with gash, horrible, you know, that classic disease of mediocrity at Man United. We don't need them here anymore. They're relics from a bygone age, peeps. That's what they are. We basically need to get... I mean, Slabby Maguire literally is a piece of Stonehenge. He's a big concrete slab, pretty much. But, you know, a lot of them are relics from a bygone age of a time that basically stands for underachieving. A time that stands for, you know, just complete mediocrity. We don't need it anymore. Get rid of it. I don't want this lingering stench of this bygone era here at United. There's a new era now. Ten Hag, get them all out. Honestly, we only want proper United players at the club now. I'd rather have a skeleton squad of proper quality players or youth players who are hungry than a bunch of these hangers-on who just getting big paychecks and not even playing. What's the point of having them around? They're not there. They're basically just fucking mascots at this time. Cheerleaders. Might as well give Phil Jones a fucking set of pom-poms. Get him and fucking Slabby Maguire. Give me a fucking M. Give me an A. Doing all that business out there. What's the point of them? These people, they're not good enough for Manchester United. So I think it's time that we just made a move, made a chop, and got rid of a lot of them. Guys, how many players do we get rid of? How many players do you see United getting rid of this summer? So first team players. Forget the 6 that have already gone. They've already gone on freeze. How many players do you think we get rid of this summer now? I think like maybe 2 or 3. We should be getting rid of 6. Another 6 and signing lots more players because there's so many hangers-on and underachievers at this club that are just stepping in the way of maybe a youth player that could take an opportunity. 19 says Joshua Gage. 6 says Days Gone. 0 says Stefan. 3 says Naz76. 16 says Mark Egan. 4 says Tadbigs. Get rid of 80% says Anna Mascliffe. 70% of the team says Snipes. Amit says 2. Lynette Giggs, hope you're good, Lynette. She says 3. None because our board of gash says a Viking. Yeah, good luck selling our players. That's all I'm saying is they're very difficult to sell because nobody wants them because they're on too much money and they're just overhyped, overpaid, and they get way too much wages for the sorts of players that they are. So I don't think these teams want them. Guys, we've got 277 watching and 122 likes. We can do better than that. That's a Slabby Maguire-esque performance right there. I'm just kidding. Do us a favour, though, and smash that like button. Let's get this one to 150 likes. Share it around. Smash that subscribe as well if it's your first time here, folks. We're on here every day giving you the latest United news in a no bullshit, no drama, no nonsense clickbait way. So get yourself subscribed, folks, and hit that like button on it if you haven't done so. Right, so Flamengo are currently weighing up the possibility of maybe trying to take him permanently also, but Fulham have definitely indicated their interest to Andreas Pereira. They've made an initial €10 million bid, and it's basically up to Pereira, really, if he wants to go. If he wants to join Fulham, see if he's going to try and do it. I mean, let's face it, he's not going to get chances under Eric Ten Hag, I don't think. I suppose Ten Hag will give everybody who's in the squad at the start of pre-season an opportunity, a chance. But he's so far down the pecking order and he's 26. It's a waste of a place in the side, and it's a waste of however much he's being paid a week. I don't think it's a huge amount, but it's a waste of whatever money we are paying him. But we will listen to offers for Pereira and obviously try and get rid of a few players. And as it stands, we know Fulham are in for him and potentially Flamengo. They're trying to secure the deal on a permanent deal following his good displays on loan since last August. He scored 7 goals and provided 3 assists for them in 52 matches. So it's good that he's been playing out there and getting experience and doing well in the Brazilian league. But yeah, they found it a bit difficult though to arrange a deal with United, and it looks like Fulham are more than prepared to pay the money to go in and get him. So it looks like Andreas Pereira could be on his way out the football club, guys. You know, good luck to him. Let's get a hashtag good luck in the live chat for him. He seems like a nice guy, but ultimately, nice guys finished last, especially at United when, you know, he's not having an impact or even getting any games. So yeah, there you go, guys. Andreas Pereira looking likely to go to Fulham. Good times. Let's get more of these players out. You know what I'm really hoping to hear this summer is Phil Jones out the football club. And that's not because I've got any hatred for Phil Jones. It's just that, I mean, what are we actually doing with that? It's embarrassing. It doesn't make sense. He's literally being paid 6 figures a week to gurn around the training ground and drive a pink Lambo into work, which is fading, by the way, like his career, very fast, if he doesn't go and get a bloody proper job. That's how I feel for him. Like, why does he want to do this? I don't understand it. Crikey, he's not like just getting 100k to go be a fucking stock boy at Tesco's here. I understand that, just dossing around. This is a fucking football career, mate. It's a finite time he got left to play. And he's just sitting around chatting with Doris in a tea room, and he doesn't even get any game time. You know, he's not going to play at United. If I was him, I would be bulldozing Eric Ten Hag's door down right now, saying, get me a move anywhere to Kettering Town and pay fucking 80% of my wages. Just get me gone. But they don't, it's like, what's he doing, mate? Why does Phil Jones want to stay? And why did Man United give him that long-term contract a few years back as well? What a bunch of idiots. Anyway, don't get me started on Phil Jones. But that is who I really want to see go, because it symbolises a change of the guard, a changing of the guard at United. We're not getting the, what's the point of him there, guys? He's a drain on the resources. Is it for his 1 or 2 decent performances that he had in the season, actually won? Is it for that? Is that why the reason why he's taking millions of pounds a year at the football club is because of that one game that he came in that we lost 1-0 in? Is that what it is? It doesn't make sense, does it? Okay, right. A few more things to get into. So there's a report come out a few hours ago as well on Cristiano Ronaldo, suggesting that Sporting Lisbon are interested in Cristiano Ronaldo and they're exploring the possibility of bringing him back this summer. So it does seem like there's lots of links still. I don't think this is going to go away. We talked about this summer. The reason I'm even bringing up this nonsense article here is because we talked about it earlier on about that Bayern link. It's like Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be linked to lots of different clubs this summer because that's the nature of the beast. He's such a class player, and United are in such a gas situation. We don't have Champions League football. We've got Europa League guff. Ronaldo's a Champions League beast. He wants to play Champions League. There's a lot of reasons why it makes sense for him to go. But it's not going to happen, folks. Cristiano Ronaldo's going to stay a Red because we need him. It's that simple. And he's contracted to this football club. So, yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure he stays, guys. I'm not worried about Cristiano Ronaldo leaving. We haven't got any suitable replacements in. Maybe if you hear of some business being done in a forward position very soon, like it comes out, oh, United are close to agreeing a deal for Christopher Nkunku or something like that, or a high-profile striker, then maybe, just maybe you could think about, oh, they're ready and they're preparing to get Cristiano Ronaldo gone maybe, or they're preparing for the fact that he's going. But that doesn't seem anywhere near at the moment, folks. It's what we should be doing anyway, even with keeping Ronaldo, is strengthening the forward positions. So we are weak in that area. Because we're so weak in that area, he's not going anywhere, folks. But let's have a vote in the live chat. Does Ronaldo stay or go? Stay or go? What are you guys saying? It's a definite stay for me. But yeah, Sporting's another link now. It does kind of make sense as well because he's got an opportunity to win a Portuguese league over there. It's the club that he started at. And, it does kind of make sense for him to one day return back there. I always thought, actually, that as soon as he's done at Manchester United again in this second spell, he probably will go back to Sporting. I just picture him being like 39 or 40 at that time. I think that he can have another good season for United, and then he could probably have another top season for United or somewhere else. Maybe not United, but somewhere else for a very good high standard. And then go and play when he's 40 years of age for Sporting and still be a fantastic beast player for them. Maybe in some sort of player-manager capacity or something. Who knows? But definitely I could see him finishing and hanging up his boots at Sporting, but I just don't think he's going anywhere for now, guys. Don't think he's going anywhere for now. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are saying very quickly. My phone's just died here. Gasharama. We got 150 likes, by the way, guys. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that thumbs up. You're a bunch of legends. Appreciate it. Helps us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporations. Thank you very much. Drop a like. It's free. He will go stateside, says John Adair. You reckon? Well, yeah, there's quite a bit of money out there. Maybe when he's like 40, he could go to the MLS. And let's face it, if he was 42 playing in the MLS, he could still score a shitload of goals and be an absolute beast. Couldn't he? Let's face it, he could be an absolute beast in the MLS even when he's 45 probably. And that's no disrespect to the MLS, it's just that Ronaldo's still that good. Yeah, Mikato says, why not? Zlatan's still doing it at 40. Precisely. Big Bear says Ronaldo could keep going at the highest level at 40 if he's in the right team. Yeah, that's it. If he's just like playing as that goal hanger, and they're feeding him the chances. His movement's unbelievable. His leaping and athleticism for his age is still unbelievable. He would probably get to the point where, yeah, he could still play and to a very high standard until he's 40. You are right. I could see him playing for a top team, smashing in goals for another few seasons. Yeah, Rushy says it's cheaper to offer new players deals than buy new ones. Yeah, unbelievable. Thank you, Mark Egan. I appreciate you, my son. S says, hey, Pig, is De Jong done? It's not done yet, S said, my son. No, it's not done, but they are working on it. There is a little bit of progress reportedly being made between the two clubs for an agreement, which is in theory around about £69 million or 80 million euros. That is what the situation now, and it's hopefully progressing. Nice one. Hey, Dancing with the Devil. He says, just tuned in. Have we signed anyone yet? No. We haven't signed anyone yet, but we're waiting on a few things. You know, like hopefully the next few days we'll hear of an agreement between Barca and United. It's shaping up for that. And then also in regards to Christian Eriksen, we know that that's going to take a little bit more time. In fact, there was a bit of an update earlier on, wasn't there, from Fabrizio. This is a bit of an older tweet, but it said that Christian Eriksen's decision on the future of the club is now finally getting closer. He's going to communicate with his agent in the next few hours, or next hours/days, to make a final decision. Many proposals are on the table, while Brentford still have hope. Spurs are now focused on different targets. So there was, this was an update. Was it earlier today or yesterday? Either or. And it's just in regards to the situation there. So nothing's changed. Nothing's changed in regards to Christian Eriksen. It's basically at that stage where he's going to make a decision. He's got several offers on the table. Reported some of them are West Ham, Leicester, United, Brentford, maybe Spurs. But although lots of indicators say that Spurs are not in for him. But I would have thought they'd know how to go at him. You'd love Rooney to manage United in the future, says Pogo Cable. Well, you never know, mate. He did a good job at Derby. I wouldn't rule it out, to be fair. I never really pictured it when he was a player, him being a good manager, in all fairness. I just don't know why, but he actually is. He's always been a great leader. Hey there, Whip. What's going on? Thank you so much for the £2 super chat there. He says, FKA Alan H. Oh, nice one. What's going on? He says, can you do a Pogba doc watch along? Crikey, you want me to watch the Pogmentary? I'm going to be honest, that's not something that's going to do. I'd probably rather take out my eyeball and slice the outer layer off with a razor blade and then insert it back in my head. It's probably what I'd rather do than watch that, to be fair, Whip. But hey, yeah, you never know, mate. Watch this space. Thank you so much for the super chat, mate. I don't want to watch the worst rated TV show in the history of mankind on imdb.com. I mean, it's got 1 star. Shout out to all those fucking United legends who's been over there dropping that low rating, man. Keep it coming, guys. Oh, First Class Gamer, how's it going, boss? He says Pigmentary. There you go, that's it. Never mind the Pogmentary. It's time for a bit of a Pigmentary. You know what I mean? I actually like your style there. I might have to watch it just to do a little spoof of it. You know what I'm saying? The Pigmentary. I like it, First Class Gamer. Eddie's Football Waffle says, I watched the Pogmentary. It shows Pogba's human, which good, but some of it was long-winded. Yeah, I mean, is there some bits as well that sort of indicate a bit of shithousery? As in, because I've read some quotes from things that he was saying about United, and so I can't remember them now because I had them in front of me the other day, the quotes, but I've forgotten now. But is there a couple of incidents of shithousery in there from him about United? CZ Bam says, such a stupid name too. Pogumentary would have made more sense. Yeah, Pogumentary. Yeah. Do you know what? Pogmentary is just a shit name and it doesn't really work. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really. Why not just call it the Paul Pogba documentary? You know what I mean? Is that so hard? United make their players multi-millionaires for no reward on the pitch, says Lewis Sturridge. Basically, yeah. Nice one, United. Ballas Warlock says the remaining revenue capital of 2.5 billion has gone in the Glazers' pocket. Seems like it, mate. That's all they've really done is take about $1 billion out of our club since they've owned it. Eddie's Football says, come on, Piggo, he's not that much of a villain. He did win us some cups. He did win us some cups, or he was a part of a team that won us some cups? Because he didn't win us any cups on his own, my son, you know? But in all fairness, now he is a villain to me. He's a villain to me because we paid 89 mil for him. He's got on a free. And he's also said all sorts of things in the past about, wanting to play for this club, that club, while he's still at Manchester United. General disrespect. And also saying things like recently when he left in regards to United not making a big enough offer. And, I don't know. It's in the Pogmentary. I haven't seen it. But some of those comments that he made, right? Something like that. Good riddance to bad news. That's what I say. He's not the right character for Man United. He's just not. So he's not an evil villain. No, he's not an evil villain. You know what I mean? He's not an evil villain. But he's also a bang average player for Manchester United. That has to be said. It's not just me that thinks this. Let's ask the live chat. Rate Paul Pogba's time at Manchester United out of 10, everybody. That's all I'm asking you to do. His overall career at United. Both spells if you want. But what's the overall rating out of 10? That's right. Scholes is a 10. Giggs is a 10. What's Pogba? Some very low numbers coming in here, guys. All I'm saying is he's not ever really been a great player for us. Maybe one good season here or there. 2017 possibly, or some decent seasons. But overall, he's been a pretty bang average player for us. So, yeah. Eddie's Football Waffle says a 6. I mean, come on now, Eddie, mate. I love you, Eddie. But 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10's good. 6 out of 10's actually good. He's not been good over those 5 or 6 years, pal. He's been absolutely crap. 6 is way too generous for Paul Pogba, I'm sorry to say. 4 says burn out the red. 1 says Kingslayer. 1 says KJW. Look, I'm not putting these numbers in these people's fingers. You know what I'm saying? In all fairness, no, look, he's average. He's not a number 1. Okay, in terms of like where he actually is as an average, I would say a 4 or a 5. I'd go a 4 or a 5. He's got quite a lot of goals and assists for United, but he's bang average. 6 is good. 4 or 5 is bang average. That's where I'd put him in there. Rushy says agree, just average at best. Eddie's Football Officer says 6 is average. If that's a high standard, then we're in trouble. Well, 6 I'd say is 6 is a decent rating. If you're playing Football Manager and somebody gives you a 6 out of 10, they put in a solid, decent performance. You know what I mean? It's not a 7. Mickey Carrick's getting you a 7 every single week, son. No, and it's not an 8, but 6 is not bad. I'd say 6 is generous. 6 is generous. It's all semantics, though, peeps. Techno Junkie says, Paul, too many touches. Pogba, 5 out of 10. Palmaria says he's a melt bag who believes his own hype, 2 out of 10. Tony Devil's Red Hodgson says 1.1 out of 2. Okay, in a French search says Courtney Red. Oh, over his overall career in an international stage, that would boost him up there. But I'm just talking about for United. I think he's pretty average. 5 is average, isn't it? It's literally half of between 0 and 10. I suppose 6 is also. 5.5. I'll give you a 5.5. All right, folks, let's just get into some of the rest of the news we've got here, guys. Then we'll get into the Q&A. But yeah, there's a growing confidence that United are going to be able to progress with Eriksen also, and that we could persuade him to come and join us because the new manager's here. There's a new belief, new project, and hopefully he will come. But just on Pogba, actually, just go back to Pogba real quick. There's not really going to be much talk about Paul Pogba from now on this channel, just to let you know. As far as I'm concerned, I've washed my hands with Paul Pogba. He's really, I'm heartbroken with the Paul Pogba situation, guys. Go back and watch my video when we signed Paul Pogba for £89 million. Find it somewhere. Go and watch it. And tell me if I wasn't excited about the fact that he was coming back, because he'd done a couple of really good things at Juventus, and I had so much hope and expectation for him, as I'm sure a lot of you did. And it never materialised. And that's what's so frustrating. It's like he's had the games, he's had the opportunities, and he's always just sort of failed to really get going. It's all huffing and puffing and not blowing anybody's house down from Paul Pogba, It's a shame. But anyway, also, listen, Juventus are reportedly very close to signing 2 United players, 2 ex-United players, Paul Pogba and Angel Di Maria as well. Juventus have made contact with him a while ago, apparently. And according to Fabrizio Romano, the Serie A giants have agreed a contract with Pogba worth around about €8 million a season plus add-ons. And also, Juventus are still waiting on the final green light for Di Maria with the club, apparently, before discussing things with his camp. But, yeah, this is a couple of ex-Reds that played for Man United, and they're going to be joining up for Juventus to go to, like, the Italian glue factory. You know what I mean? The Italian glue factory of what it is. What is that you've just sent me, Rushmano? Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I don't think that's true, Rushmon. Rushmon's just sent me a little thing through. It's from the Sun, is it? Is it from the Sun? Oh, yeah, it's from the Sun. Never mind, it's from the Sun, guys. Enough said. But it just says Man United have rejected. Let me just put it on the screen because it's fucking funny, actually. Let me just put it on the screen, guys. Are they serious? I mean, what are they? What the fuck are they on about? Let's just have a look at this. Give me a second, guys. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Right, guys. This is what I'm chuckling at. Anyway, this has just come. Oops. This has just come in, right, guys. Man United have rejected Barcelona's attempt to sign Harry Maguire as part of a deal to bring in Frankie Jong at Old Trafford. What the fuck is this bullshit story, guys? You know what I mean, who the fuck would want Harry Maguire? Do you know what I mean? Barca, we're supposed to believe that Harry Maguire is wanted by Barca now. You know, I don't understand. It's just all bullshit lies coming out from the Sun there, isn't it? But anyway, hey there, Solo Tamura. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Scott Hutchinson Ericsson's going to make up his mind soon. I bet they did, says KJW. But anyway, if it was from somebody more reputable, I would maybe think, oh, okay, this could be a great opportunity to get rid of Harry Maguire. What I would have thought, you see, look at this. I think this is the wrong way round. It says, Man United have rejected Barcelona's attempt to sign Harry Maguire as part of a deal to bring Frankie Jong to Old Trafford. But what the news actually is it's the other way round. It's Barcelona have rejected Man United's attempt to include Harry Maguire as part of a deal to bring in Frankie Jong. That's what it actually is, guys. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, nobody... I mean, if I was, you know, part of Man United's recruitment team, I'd be on the blower to them going, hey, just out of interest, I know you want 70 million for Frankie de Jong, but how's about we just give you 50 million and a human fridge? How's that? Does that sound good? You fancy doing a bit of business there? I mean, it probably would, yeah, First Class Gamer says Maguire swap deal. Send Maguire in gift wrap and says Johan van Angeren. Anyway, it's just bloody hilarious, guys. I mean, I would love to see it happen, and I really would. I think that would be a dream player to get rid of this summer. Never mind players bringing in. If we could end the summer transfer window without Harry Maguire in our ranks, then all the better that would be. I think he would make us immensely better, him just not being here. You know? Because it seems there's some weird responsibility to play Harry Maguire because of his price tag and his wages and his role for England and his homegrown status. It seems like there's some sort of requirement all these managers have to play Harry. I really hope that Ten Hag's not in that sort of mindset and you know, has to play him either. Because if he does, it just highlights the fact that we've just probably got another puppet at the wheel. But anyway, so Harry Maguire, that's quite interesting news, Russia. I love that. Harry Maguire. Oh, you know, Barcelona rejected that one straight away. They're like, no, sorry. Yeah, Nas, I hope that article's true as well. Batman says, what a replacement for PK. Slabutio to New Camp, says Stuart Alderton. Oh, I love it, guys. I fucking love it. I love it. I hope that happens, though. That would be amazing, but that's not going to happen, is it? Right, just a few little other things I want to talk about before we get into the live chat for the Q&A, everyone. Once again, do drop that like button and hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel and have your say in the chat with the legends. So, Juventus reportedly interested in Di Maria and also Paul Pogba's basically done, isn't it, there? Ericsson is close to making his decision on his future. That's the latest report. We know that Thomas Frank side is in for him. Brentford, they're definitely in for him. And his decision is getting closer, as per Fabrizio Romano, you know, who said that his decision is going to be made in the next few days, essentially. So we're waiting to hear more on that. Same goes for De Jong with the agreement for Barcelona. Another report came out from Fab as well about Denzel Dumfries, who's valued at around about 34 million for Man United. And he's apparently one target that is under consideration by Ten Hag as he's searching for sort of capable players to play, you know, in those wing-back positions. Yeah, he gave an interview to Give Me Sport and he said Dumfries, he's a player that Ten Hag knows so well. But at the same time, it's not something that at the moment is being negotiated between the clubs. For sure, Inter want between 35 and 40 million for Dumfries. So I think Dumfries would would do well. He actually did quite well last season, of course, playing in the Eredivisie. Sorry, not the Eredivisie, the Serie A. Previously in the Eredivisie, and it's just a link at this moment in time, guys. But I think he would be a good signing for us. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you take a bit of Denzel Dumfries. Capable players to play anywhere, says Whip. You want Denzel, no homo, says Eddie. Denzel, mate, yes, get in there. I hope so. It would be cool to get him in there, in all fairness, mate. I do think that he is a good player, and it just makes sense, doesn't it? Because we need some quality players, mate. And if you can actually sell Wan-Bissaka, who's not good enough going forward for a Ten Hag system, then you haven't really spent any money on him. You could probably get most of that money back. Oh, First Class Gamer says, Denzel scoring an equaliser. Imagine, yeah. I'll tell you what, Denzel, if I was everybody else, I'd be a little bit worried when Denzel turned up on the first training day. Do you know what I'm saying? This shit's chess, it ain't checkers. Denzel rocks up on training day. You know what I'm saying? I'd be worried. Anyway, that is a cool name, though, isn't it, Denzel? Dumfries better than Malacia, says he's football waffle. Fair play, my son. Right, keep it coming with the Denzel puns, guys. Let's do this. Right, guys, wanted to talk about this. Don't really want to talk about this, actually, not at all. But I feel like I should talk about this because it's been, essentially announced, which is that Gabriel Jesus is now basically an Arsenal player, folks. Yep, that's right, he is. Let's just, in fact, get it up on screen for you. So it's... Yeah, no, I don't really give a toss, to be honest, because he's not really that good. Honestly, that's how I feel. I mean, he is decent, but we looked at his stats earlier on, didn't we? 8 goals in 28 appearances for City last season. God, that's not really a clinical striker, is it? Pep's got rid of him for a reason, so that he can progress the team, and, they can obviously do better. And they can see that here's an update from Fabrizio Romano that says, Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, here we go. Personal terms fully agreed with his agent, Marcello Pettinati, and has 2 partners. Gabriel signs until 2027. It's 100% done. Arsenal already agreed a £45 million fee with City, as revealed on Friday. Oh, they've been bent over. Edu and Arteta key for the deal. Okay, guys, so just to give an update on that, they are progressing in that deal. Whip says, was that 28 starts, though, Pig? 28 starts for Gabriel Jesus? I mean, no. Obviously not 28 starts, but even so, still, it's not like they're signing a proven clinical player that's going to get you 25 goals a season. So just to base it off on that, he's not really that great. Alex says, Gabriel Jesus isn't any better than Mikel Antonio. 53 million for a player who scored less than 8 goals last season. I know. Exactly. They've overpaid. It's a lot of money. I don't rate him that highly as well. So I'm with you on that one, Alex. I think it's not a bad signing. It's not a bad signing, but it's not a great signing. It's not going to take them on too much further, really, I don't think. Oh, nice one, Rush Mano says we got 189 likes. Keep dropping that thumbs up, guys. We're closing on the big 200. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, everyone, hit the subscribe button. We're on here every night and every day, giving you the latest updates, the latest United news. So do hit that old subscribe button if you have not done so. Okay, just a couple more things then. Then I'm going to get into the chat for a minute. Yeah, West Ham in talks for Dan Juma. Flamengo are keen on trying to secure Andreas Pereira on a permanent deal. Yeah, that's basically it, folks. I'm going to get into the live chat now. Thank you, everyone, for being here and getting involved with the show. Now it's time for the Q&A for a few minutes. Do drop a cheeky little like on this video if you haven't done so. Subscribe and all that stuff. And now it's time to have your say. I'm going to get rid of that so we can see the chat. Rushmana says, would you take Jesus for 45 million or Richarlison for 60 million? I'd honestly take neither, to be honest. I don't think, for Man United's point of view, I don't think either of them are good enough. I'd probably rather Richarlison out of the two, but I don't think either of them are really good enough for Man United. I think we've got to look to try and get as much as I hate to say it, a player that's more to do with the caliber of somebody like, and it's not going to happen now, but in the future, or we can produce our own, hopefully, somebody like a Haaland, an Mbappe, that sort of caliber young player. That's the sort of players we should be trying to sign. This Darwin Núñez has just gone to Liverpool. It's such a shame that we have bottled that one. But there you go. VKD says 54 plus 15 million. Add-ons possible. That's a good price for Frankie de Jong. Yeah, that's right. Indeed, VK Dean. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a fair price for everybody involved. They get most of what they paid for him back. Eddie says, Rushmano, wow, Richarlison is not good in my opinion. Jesus is good when you serve him, says Eddie Football Waffle. I don't think either of them are that good, to be fair. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's funny, isn't it? Because football's just a game of pure opinions. Everybody's got different opinions. I think Richarlison's a bit of a big Brazilian lummox. And Gabriel Jesus is a good player, but he's not that clinical of a player. I don't think he's the sort of player that's going to get you that many goals of a season. Just look at, otherwise Pep would have kept him, wouldn't he? Let's be real. Pep would have kept him. Pep wants the best of the best. And he obviously deems Gabriel Jesus to not be the best of the best. He thinks he's second tier or even third tier. And I sort of agree with him. Arn says Richarlison is a pigeon merchant. Alcam Mahmood says, hi Pig, best way to deal with the Monday blues. Oh, dude. Best way, I would say, go to your garage, get your dartboard out, sir. Print a picture of Slabby Maguire on it and go to work. 180! No, I'm just joking. I don't know, actually, bud. Have a nice relaxing bath and a hot cup of hot chocolate, mate. That's what I'd say. Do you think we sign a player next week? I do, Nas786. It's got to come, doesn't it? Yeah, Lynette Giggs, Anthony and Sangaria Neves. See, I don't get that either, is that we're only being linked to De Jong right now, properly in the midfield, whereas we should be also trying to sign another defensive, maybe a more defensive-minded midfielder, or just another good pass master who can go alongside him, because we have got Donny van der Beek, and that's cool and everything, but we need a little bit more there. Let's face it, McTominay's not up to it. Fred's good, but he's more of a squad player and somebody that is a good standard, certainly somebody that's got a lot of energy, can come on, be a ball winner for you when you need him, see the games out 20 minutes when you're a couple of goals up, that kind of thing. But other than that, he's not a top standard player that's going in there in the Champions League final, is he? So I think, we could definitely do with getting another midfielder as well. I like Tielemans. You just Googled it. Alex, what's that, my friend? Oh, Aubameyang in the last 3 seasons in all comps scored over 50 goals for Arsenal. In that same period of time, Gabriel Jesus scored 36 and cost more. It's bad business, in my opinion, says Alex. Yeah, fair play. I mean, interesting. I'll tell you what is bad business. Paying Aubameyang 300-odd-K a week and then just letting him go for nothing. But in the end, I suppose if they cut the lessons, I actually admire Arsenal for that. Some people might say, oh, that's bad business, let him go for nothing. You've got a want-away player. He's draining you of millions of pounds every single month, and he's not even playing. Like, we should do this more often. Why don't we just terminate the contract of Phil Jones, in all fairness? What's the difference? But we don't have to do that. We can get rid of him. But if he doesn't want to play for somebody else and he's just sticking around here, then what is the point? What's the point? Guys, we've hit 200 likes on the stream. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hitting the likes. That's awesome. Sentiment FC says Palmarius. Defo Pig says Sapphire Key. Absolutely, yeah, sure, I admire them for that. Exactly, I do actually admire them for that, really, because they've made a key decision there and they've got rid of a player that is just a weight on them. He's a weight round the neck of Arsenal, and they got rid of him, and now they're better off for it. I felt the same relief once we got rid of that Alexis Sanchez twat. You know, just too much resources being taken up by a player that's just no good. Thank you, United Tonight says you spot on there, Pig. Thank you very much, boss. Arsenal being ruthless with Ober, says Rushmano. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Sentiment FC, says Palmeiras. There's no place for sentimentality in this, is there? What's Phil done? See you later on. Eric Bailly, injured for 5 years. See you later on. You know, if you can't find new clubs for these players, just cut your losses. Cut your losses. Hey there, you can call me Nighthawk. What's going on, bud? Rushmano says, subscribe to the channel. Alcan says, favourite Talksport pundit? Talk shite's a bit shite, to be honest, but I would say Laura Woods. Alex says, you're right, we should be doing this with Bailly and Jones. Yeah, absolutely. Couple of other players that have just gone, but we should have tried to, get rid of them sooner. Like, for instance, what was that whole Lee Grant thing about? I still don't understand that to this day. I know he's gone now on a free, but we actually gave him a new contract not that long ago, extended it. It just doesn't make sense. It's just like they're happy to just chuck money out of the club and just for a waste. It's bizarre. Jones is world class, says Junior. He could have been. In an alternate reality, Jones is England captain right now. And Sir Alex Ferguson's, like waiting down at the steps. Like that time with Ronaldo, waiting for like a proud father, waiting for Phil Jones to come past him with his World Cup winners medal. In a different reality. Yeah, that's right, Football Mad. Yeah, spot on. He won Arsenal a trophy and then got rid when he went downhill. And I think they're paying him, weren't they paying him 350k a week, Aubameyang? So they're saving themselves literally 1.4 million a month by not having him there, not wanting to play for them. Am I worried about Arsenal and their transfer activity? Not really, Zayn Hanif, but there is an update, of course, from Fabrizio this evening as well in regards to other business that Arsenal are doing. I don't want to make this the Arsenal news show, guys. That's why I'm not really talked about it. But, of course, Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal is a here-we-go situation. And then also in regards to Rafinha, Fab tweeted an hour ago and said, in regards to Rafinha deal, Arsenal have already scheduled a meeting with Leeds next week. Leeds will ask again for £65 million? You what? Barcelona still in contact with Deco after personal terms agreed, but no fresh bid yet. Tottenham and Chelsea still in talks with his agents. Race still open. Interesting. So it seems a few different teams are looking to bring in the signature or try and get the signature of Rafinha. Arsenal are still doing business there. They've got a meeting scheduled with Leeds next week. Leeds are expected to want big money. And Arsenal are trying to do business for him. He would be a very good signing for them. I think he'd be a good signing for us as well, actually. But he's probably not going to come from Leeds, and we're not going to spend 65 million quid on him. But they probably won't get that for him anyway. But that's what they're apparently asking for. But no, I'm not worried about them, mate. They'll probably finish in a similar sort of position this season. Cheers, Nas, bro. Harry following in Jones' steps, says Conroy Schuller. Definitely, yeah. Overpaid, overhyped. But also just like now he's going to fall by the wayside and probably even be somewhat of a... I don't think he's going to be a starter so much for us. I can't see it in a Ten Hag system if we're playing high up for Maguire to be starting a lot of games. I hope he goes missing as well, FPV, but he's the new Phil Jones. I agree with that. He'll just be a backup. He'll just be a twat on the bench taking up hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. Yeah, Ten Hag equals Glazer puppet, says okay, Cadet. Thank you, Patricia O'Driscoll, says this is the best show on earth. Oh, thank you so much, Patricia. Well, you know, we'd like to get everybody involved here. Johnny says hopefully Maguire will stay on his honeymoon for 6 months. Oh, Whip says Barca can't afford him, but Rafinha will go there eventually, says Whip. Mike GT2, do you see player development improving with Ten Hag? I do, Mike, because I look at his record at Ajax. Just think about all the talents that are there at the moment that he's helped produce and get to the point where they're at. He's got a track record of doing it, so I think that he can absolutely do that. Pig, I need to know, Jones go or Maguire go? You need to know, right, okay, who would you rather see go then, guys? Jones or Maguire? Let us know. Adam Salah, the latest, how you doing there, bud? The latest really is just more of the same. Everything's at an impasse. United are trying to get an agreement in place with Barca. We're waiting for Eriksen's, decision. That's basically it. Thank you, Keith Monroe, says Pig having a stormer. What's going on, Keith? Hi there, Sir George. Hey there, Kay Slater. A good signing would be right back in Leipzig Lima, says Scott Berg. Maguire, says Sir George. Maguire says first-class gamer. Maguire says Kieran and Madhouse and Whip and Batman and Lynette and Mike GT. Jones must go, says Rushmano. I mean, in an ideal world, we get rid of Maguire because that would probably mean we're getting some money back for him as well. Because he is a decent player. Like we keep saying that he's absolutely gash, but he's an England player. He's come from Leicester where he was doing well. He's had a couple of good European Championship, World Cup with England. He's done well. He's just done shite for Manchester United. So he's definitely got some value and he'd still be wanted by the right sort of club like a Leicester or I don't know. Somebody would want him, surely. One of the shitter clubs would be interested in him. So I think that, yeah, he's still worth 30 mil, but Maguire isn't worth 10 pence, says Coco. Hey, Chopper, what's going on, bro? He says, hey, Pig and everyone, you couldn't give the slab away. I think that's true. Chopper. He's the equivalent of when you've got a lollipop, one of those sticky lollipops, and you drop it on the ground. And you just bought it from the shop. It's nice and shiny. You take a suck of it, so it's nice and moist. And then you drop it on the ground. It just gets covered in grit and dirt and ants and stuff. It's like you just can't eat it anymore. It's unpalatable now. You're never going to get that back, even if you wash it under a tap. You're not going to fucking get it back to where it was before. You've got to throw it away. That's how I feel with Harry Maguire. Man United Hodge, thank you so much for getting in here with an Aussie Dozzy Dollar Super Chat, my bro. He says, hey, brother, good to see you. Thank you so much for getting in here down under there with the likes of Chopper as well. Some of these Aussie legends getting in here. Good day to you guys getting in from down under. Thank you, Man United Hodge. Let's get a sue in the chat for the guy. No, Ronaldo's not leaving, I don't think, Nicola. No. Adam Scott says, hopefully Southgate gets sacked soon and the club makes him their manager. Only chance of us selling him. Rusty says, I would give Maguire another year over Jones. I mean, yeah, true. Jones symbolises everything wrong. We know Jones isn't coming back. We know Jones is just collecting his paycheck. Jones has got to go out, the two of them, now, because you can terminate Jones tomorrow and not lose any sleep over it. You went wasted my tasty lolly, says Sophia Key. KJW says, Sue. Merrick Galore says, Maguire is going to stay at Man United again and continue to be a flop. Do you really think so, Merrick? Okay, well, probably, yeah. It's going to be hard to get rid of the guy. Simple as that. It's going to be tough to get rid of him. We might see Maguire improve without the armband. That's a fair point as well, Rushy. That extra added pressure makes him crumble like origami, mate. He folds like origami, that guy. That's a fair point. Maybe without that armband, he might actually do better. Plus, with a better midfield in front of him, maybe he'll do better there as well. If we've got a midfield that's controlling games and not giving away as much, makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? Guys, I've just realised the time. I'm going to have to wrap up this stream, you bloody legends. But Arnold McCazor, I agree with you. He says Maguire is shite always, injuring his own teammates. Oh, shit. Liam H. is sending a super chat here, my friend. Thank you, Liam H. He says, I am not drunk. He says, I think Eric Ten Hag might get something out of Martial. He has a rep for sorting out lost players. I like your style, Liam. He's going to have to get a tune out of Martial. He is going to have to try and get a tune out of him, mate, because we've got backups. We've got no backups for Ronaldo. We're light in the wing areas as well. So, yeah, I think he will. I think you're right, Liam. I think he's going to have to try and get a tune out of some of these players like Rashi and Martial, who were so crap last season. Good shout, to be fair, Liam. Good shout. Thank you so much for your super chat. Can we all get a Sue and a love heart in there for Liam? Thank you very much, boss. Thank you, Stuart Allison. Pig, why aren't United interested in Pulisic? Because he's poo, mate. No, I'm joking. He's actually good, isn't he? He's actually really good. But now, I don't know. Chelsea, I don't know. Can we sign players, Chelsea's players right now? What's going on with Chelsea? We'll see. Nice one, though. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We've got to wrap the stream up there. I want to just say thank you to every single one of you legends that's watched the stream tonight. Pogo Gamer, Stuart Orlinson, United Tonight Die, Whip, Scott Berg, Kate Cadet, That's Sport, Cockney Red, KJW, Primot, Kate Cadet, UTD, Chopper, Naz786, Johnny, Rushmano, Whip, Batman Night Fan, Alka Mamoot, Conroy Schuller, Madhouse, KJW, Account CB, Say No More Gov, Primot, Pogo Gamer, Liam H. Liam, thank you so much for that, bud. Liam H. I really appreciate that super chat, man. Kingslayer, Pyramid Scheme as well, says another Pigmeister banger. Thank you, dude. I've really had a fun time chatting with legends. Shame there's not any more sort of done deal news, but you know how United operate, guys. They've got it on the slow setting. We need to ramp this puppy up and start pushing ahead. Thank you, Dabo. Thank you, Burn on the Red. Cheers, Naz786. Thank you, Whip. Thank you, Disco Daves as top stream, mate. Thank you, my friend. Cheers, Patricia, Naz, Demooch Baby, CZ Bam, Cockney Red, Alka Mamoot, Naz786, Kate Cadet. Should I do a stream tonight in half an hour with FIFA? Yes or no, guys? Anyway, that's the end of the show. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com, for your latest news. And that's it. That's it, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, with some positive news. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Cake, Lynette Giggs, Rushy, Kieran. Rushy says we've got 217 likes. Do twat that like before you go, everybody. Okay, come back in half an hour, guys. We'll do a FIFA stream. Oh, shit. We've got so many games to play, though. Fucking hell. Come back in half an hour. We'll do a FIFA stream, guys. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll give you the latest United news tomorrow. Have a good one. And come on, United. Sort your bloody pansy selves out now and sign some players. Night, guys. Much love. Suey.